Hey everybody, it's Miss Kelly coming to you live again um, from Hemlock Farms Conservancy in Lords Valley, Pennsylvania. And today I have, as usual, so many things to talk about, but I want to start by reminding everybody that we are going to continue to come to you live and we want to hear from you. If you're still enjoying these Miss Kelly Live episodes, I guess they are, I'm not sure what we would call them, just let us know in the comments and we're going to keep doing them. It's almost a year that we've been broadcasting live since the pandemic started, and it seems like people still like them, but we'd like to hear some real feedback. So thank you for that. And today's topic is a topic that is very near and dear to my heart. It is the night sky. I am a huge stargazer. You will find me many summer nights. I'm looking out at the window near the deck where I sit, and I will be out there at midnight watching the stars, listening to the night birds, watching the insects. You know I love insects. So I want to talk to you about the night sky because we have so many new homeowners in Hemlock, and so many people have been actually asking me questions about lighting in Hemlock, and one of our trustees is very concerned about it. So I thought we'd talk about the night sky today. There's a great resource for this. So if you want to check my facts, you can go to darksky.org, and it's a great place to learn about the night sky. And I want to say hello to Anna and Bill, who are watching right now. And Bill is one of my fellow stargazers. That's my son Bill, and he loves watching the night sky. So the sky, right? Before I was getting ready for this talk, I asked my son Jared, who's 26 years old, what do you think of when you think of the night sky? And these are the two things he said. He said monsters and Van Gogh's Starry Night. And I thought that was a great answer because the sky inspires us. Art, music, dance, theater, and yeah, scary movies. And I think that scary part of the night sky is where we go too often. We think about how we're going to get hurt outside, or we're going to have to worry about the safety of our home, or there's something spooky out there in the dark. John Staken is watching. Howdy, John Staken. He never watches when I'm live, so good to see you there. So anyway, we get afraid of the night sky, and the thing is that, yeah, we have to be careful, and lighting is certainly important so that we can see, but we need to use the right kind of lighting because we as humans have begun to pollute the night sky, and we're polluting it with too much artificial light. And what it causes is damage to our health and the health of our natural surroundings, the mammals, the animals, etc., etc. So let's start with the pollution, though. The why is the night sky important? Why is the dark important? And that is because when we pollute the night sky, we're wasting energy. The Dark Sky organization believes that we are wasting at least 30% of all of the energy expended in outdoor light. And that's a lot of energy. And if it's an estimate, it's probably higher. That light pollution creates too much artificial light, and it also trespasses onto our neighbors' homes if they want it to be darker. So we've really got to think about that, and it's a great thing to do is to take a light audit of your home, turn your outside lights on, and walk around and see how far they project. Lights should lean downward, not outward, and they should project onto our pathways, not out into the sky itself, because we are harming the well-being of lots of animals. Birds that are migrating are confused by light at night, and they often wind up injured or don't wind up in the right places, or it disturbs their migratory patterns. There are some mammals that are affected badly by too much light at night, and insects are also impacted. So we have to think about how we're affecting the well-being of all of those animals and all of those creatures. You know how I am an insect girl. They believe, scientists, that moths actually, you know how we say moths are always attracted to lights outside? Some light attracts moths and they become blinded and they can't move away from the light because they can't find their way back in the dark. And we're the same way. If you stay outside in the dark for a longer period of time, if you're a camper or a stargazer, you know the answer to this question. What happens is you begin to become acclimated to the dark and you're able to see better. So we can adjust to the dark. Now, I'm not suggesting anybody take a walk in Hemlock on the street in the dark. That is dangerous. And of course, if you're going to walk in the dark, you should have some kind of light source or walk in the moonlight. And certainly not wear dark clothing. You need to wear reflective clothing so people can see you. But we do need to understand that lighting around our home doesn't need to stay on all the time. We can turn it on when we go to walk the dog or we go out to the car to get something and then turn it off when we come back inside. And we can also have the right kind of lighting. If you go to darksky.org, they have all kinds of listings. They don't sell lighting, but they do make suggestions for lighting that's safe. And then what does the night sky do for us? What does a dark sky do to help human beings? Because that's always the why question, right? When I come up with these environmental problems, well, how does it affect me, Miss Kelly? How is it going to help me if I keep it darker around my house? Well, we are creatures that have circadian rhythms inside us. Those are natural rhythms in our body that move us from activity in the light to quiet at night and eventually sleep. And circadian rhythms are in natural organisms all around us, like the flowers that open in the morning and then close as the sun begins to go down. Yes, Greg, circadian rhythms. And hi, Jan and Art, too, are here listening. It must be Greg's lunchtime. Greg does a yeoman's work for Conservancy. So if you see Greg around Hemlock Farms, in a mask, of course, tell him thank you. He does a lot of work for us. So those rhythms, we need them. We need consistent sleep patterns. We need rest so that we can have energy for the daylight. And many of your neighbors, you may not realize that if you have bright lights on or a light that's going on and off and on and off with every little motion outside your home, you could be disturbing the sleep of your neighbors or even people in your own home without realizing it. Again, we need some light for safety. So what are the rules here, right? We should think about how it's affecting our neighbor's house and make sure that the light is pointing down onto the pathways we need to light. We should make sure that our lights aren't on all the time, disturbing the natural beauty of the dark sky. And we can go to darksky.org and get the right kind of lighting that isn't harmful to the natural environment outside. So those are my suggestions. You don't want to waste energy, right? Because what does wasting energy mean? It means wasting money. Even if you're not concerned about climate change, which you should be, you need to think about those dollars in your pocket. And when we take care of the planet, when we protect the planet from rapid changing climate, we are also protecting our bank accounts because all that translates into dollars and cents that stay in our pocket and also beautiful natural resources that stay healthy. So that's my talk on night sky. I really encourage you to go to darksky.org. We're going to be posting posts over the next few weeks from them because they actually have a time where we celebrate the night sky from April 5th to April 12th, and we'll be posting all kinds of posts and information during that time. Now, what else do I have for you? Because you know that's not all. I've got a couple books. There's a wonderful book about the night sky. If you love sea turtles, right? Who doesn't love sea turtles and their journey? Well, guess what? They need the night sky too. They follow the moon home. And there's a wonderful book by Philip Cousteau and Deborah Hopkinson. It's called Follow the Moon Home. Beautiful book. And if it doesn't inspire you to protect the night sky, I don't know what will. And I also have a wonderful book right here, backwards as usual, but it's Stellaluna. Stellaluna is a book about a bat that gets confused, winds up living with some birds, and it's a book that teaches us about the night sky, about bats in general, which are wonderful creatures, and also about how we're all different, and that's a good thing. and how even though we're different, we can learn to love one another, because loving each other is the number one way we're going to take care of this planet. When we understand that we're all connected, whether we are fish or birds or people or trees, it's all connected. We need it all, and we need it to stay healthy and wonderful. And if we understand our differences and try to love and accept them, we're going to make the planet a better place. So, wow, that was a lot of stuff. Another book, too, Goodnight Moon. Always makes you think about how much you love the night sky. Everybody's read that. And a little bit of HFC, Hemlock Farms Conservancy information. We are making some changes. The trustees just finished a really fabulous strategic plan, and we are going to have a lot of exciting changes coming ahead. One will be a brand new website. We hope by the middle of the year we'll have that launched for you. And we're going to hold our meetings on a different day and time. Our volunteers asked if we could help them have Sunday as a day to hang out and be with their families. So we are changing our meetings to the last Monday of every month, unless a holiday falls there, but none do in our upcoming schedule. So our next meeting will be March 29th at 7:30 p.m. Everybody's welcome. The link will be in the happenings, so you can just click on that link and join us. And on April 26th, we're going to have a special meeting for volunteers. And if you come to that meeting, well, there's going to be some special things for you. We're going to share some information, and we're going to ask you to give input about projects and education and the things you would like to see Hemlock Farms Conservancy do in the coming year. So we need your voice. It'll be a really special meeting, and you can make your tea, you can make your hot cocoa, hang out with us. We're going to ask everybody to share. So come prepared to tell us what's happening in your mind and what you think we should be doing. And then one more thing. Oh my goodness, there's always one more thing, but it's International Women's History Month, right? Do I have that right? Greg, is that right? Greg always knows these things that are happening on social media. And it inspired me to think about, who helped me know to share my voice? Who was the person who inspired me in my life? There are a lot. There are a lot of women and men who have inspired me, but my number one inspiration was my mama, Betty Martin. So this is a picture of her. I don't know, do you see the resemblance a little bit? Hi, Susan Bartholomew, another inspiring woman. You may not be inspired by Betty Martin, but I bet there are women in your life that have inspired you. There are great women in Hemlock Farms. I'm going to talk about some of those women too. Elsa Ochsner, she's not here anymore. Carol Commando, yeah, I'm shouting you out, Carol Commando, because you're my Hemlock Farms inspiration. So many great women. Georgine Snyder, who was one of the people who had this idea of having a conservancy. So many fabulous women. And it's not just women in history that we don't know. It's women that we know that are in our lives that inspire us every day. So if you have one of those women, put her name down there in the comments. Say, this is the woman that inspires me today to do good things for the planet, for my family, for people. We're all in it together, people. So that's my talk for today. So much, Miss Kelly. Send me your questions. Let us know if you're still continuing to enjoy these. Lots of people are watching them throughout the day. So we are going to change it up a little. We're going to start posting in the morning about the time that we're going to be coming on air. Oh my gosh, Anna Bartholomew, right? Anna Bartholomew Mooney, right back at you. You inspire me too. Same, Susan. So many great women. I love you all. I hope you have a great day. Get out there and enjoy the sunshine, because the winds and the cold weather are coming back. Winter's not over. Love you. Have a good one. Thanks, everybody.